Hello and welcome to the Novai Zen channel. Here our mission is to spark reflection, awaken consciousness, and inspire inner transformation through deep and philosophical messages. In today's video, we'll explore the powerful metaphor of the trail versus the track, a call to freedom of thought, autonomy, and true self-knowledge. If you feel stuck on imposed paths and want to rediscover your purpose, this video is for you. But be warned. Skip it now and you might miss a turning point in your spiritual journey. Who are you? Yes, that is a direct question I ask your consciousness. You may answer based on your curriculum vitae, telling me your profession, marital status, nationality, or simply say that, being man, a product of his environment, you are strongly influenced by the context in which you interact. In line with the postulates advocated by some classical thinkers, the world holds dear. But I ask you further, is man influenced by the environment, or does he influence it? Is he the one who dictates the rules, or merely obeys without question, standing impassively as if following a track? Understand this, following a trail is much better than following a track. A trail adapts to the obstacles it encounters, while a track does not. It chooses a safe path, avoiding terrain distortions, winding around streams, depressions, and geographical accidents, respecting and selecting its route, while the track simply cuts through constructions, respecting nothing. If you are used to following the track, here representing ideas and narratives imposed by cultural, traditional, political, philosophical, or religious segments without questioning whether they match your personal sense of right and wrong, then this message may serve you little or not at all. Upon a brief analysis, we will notice an overload of information in the world from doubtful, self-created, and unfounded sources, meant to distract, disperse, and promote alienation. Many narratives echo historical alterations, deliberate distortions that foster idolatry, mental confusion, and submission, disguised as absolute truths that become mandatory. These are the kind of tracks offering spiritual ease, where the naive seeker only needs to believe and follow a biased faith that ultimately distances more than unites. Such guidelines don't embrace renewing, updated ideas. They revoke the freedom of thought and avoid using it in their causes. They do not provide the necessary means for substantial reflection, nor awaken the being to become an artisan of himself, building a self-taught mentality within his own mind. Over 2,000 years ago, Master Jesus taught that we are gods, meaning we could do the same as he did, depending on our faith. However, it wasn't a romanticized or unproductive kind of faith, but one generated from genuine effort, a faith that blooms from a sincere cultivation and real resignification by the self, a faith that wouldn't move mountains of rock and earth but rather mental, emotional blocks, remaining productive and broad enough to neutralize toxins produced by fear and guilt. Man cannot be merely a product of his environment. Otherwise, life would be meaningless. He holds spiritual prerogatives from his deeper self that make him aware and capable of choosing his own paths. These spark renewing ideas that avoid traps and keep him from captivity. They are like heavenly gifts sown in the gardens of consciousness. He must not be caged in invisible prisons dictated by the collective mind, following paths merely because they are well trodden. He must wake up and step out of these illusions to see the saving light self-knowledge offers. Knowing oneself is not just a phrase from historical pamphlets nor an unproductive utopia. It is a real productive reaction amid life's chaos. A suggestive, transformative perspective for those longing for change. When you allow negative influences to invade your mental space, you begin to doubt yourself and all chances of overcoming slip through your fingers. Still, even when pain, anguish, and agony block your way, and when all efforts to resolve everyday conflicts fail, then it's time to step away. Stay silent, take a break, breathe, walk, or gaze at nature. Play with your pet, who offers comforting and unconditional love. Then return and solve your problems. No good deed can bloom when the heart is tense, shattered, or entangled. Change always requires time, guidance, and planning. And it will only come when the mind is at peace. A peace that results from a process, often long and difficult, but one that brings the essential fruits the mind longs for. Always in the light.